Your skull is hard, everyone knows that. It is the armor evolution gave you to protect your brain. But what almost nobody knows is that the human skull has 7 weak points, built-in vulnerabilities that evolution never fixed. Strike them with your forehead and the fight ends in under 2 seconds. Not because you are strong, because of bone science. Today I am breaking down all 7. And the last one? It is the reason headbutts are banned in every combat sport on Earth. Think about your skull for a second. 8 bones fused together, thick at the front, thin at the temples. Solid on top, fragile at the base. Evolution did not design your skull to be hit. It designed your skull to protect your brain from falls and accidents. But when another skull, or a hard forehead, strikes these specific points with focused force, the physics change completely. The skull does not absorb the impact. It transfers it directly into the brain, into the nerves, into the systems that keep you conscious and upright. That is what bone science is, not how to hit someone. Why the skull fails when hit in specific places. Everything in this video is for educational purposes. I am explaining bone structure and biomechanics, not teaching anyone to hurt people. Head trauma can cause concussion, skull fracture, brain bleeding, or death. The information here helps you understand your own vulnerability and why combat sports ban certain techniques. Never use force outside a genuine life-threatening situation. Go train with a qualified professional. I am not responsible if you misuse this information. Keep watching and you agree you understand that. Weak point 7 is the nasal bone. The bridge of your nose is made of thin bone and cartilage. It sits directly in front of your nasal cavity, which is empty space. When a forehead strikes this point with downward force, the nasal bone does not just break, it collapses inward. The impact transfers through the nasal cavity into the ethmoid bone, a paper-thin structure at the top of your nasal passage that separates your nose from your brain. The ethmoid bone shatters easily. Fragments can penetrate the meninges, the protective layer around your brain. Even without penetration, the shock wave causes immediate lacrimation, uncontrollable tears, and disorientation. The attacker cannot see, cannot breathe through their nose, and the psychological shock of their own blood flooding their face overrides their aggression. This is why boxers protect their nose at all costs, not because it hurts, because it is a direct line to the brain. Weak point 6 is the maxilla, specifically the infraorbital margin, the bony ridge directly beneath your eye socket. This bone is thin. It houses the infraorbital nerve and artery in a canal that runs directly through it. A forehead strike here compresses the nerve against the bone, causing immediate numbness across the entire face. The eye socket above it fractures upward, often causing the eye to swell shut within seconds. But more importantly, the maxilla is part of the midface structure that holds your upper teeth and connects to your skull at the zygomatic arch. When this bone fails, the entire midface collapses. The attacker loses their bite alignment, their speech slurs, and their brain receives a trauma signal so intense that many people drop without a second strike. Not from pain, from structural failure. Weak point 5 is the temporal bone. This is the bone on the side of your skull, above your ear, and in front of your temple. It is the thinnest bone in the entire skull, only 2 to 3 millimeters thick in adults. Underneath it sits the middle meningeal artery, a major blood vessel that supplies your brain. When a forehead strikes the temporal bone with focused force, the bone fractures inward. The artery ruptures. Blood floods the space between your skull and your brain, an epidural hematoma. The attacker does not feel this immediately. They feel a sharp pain, then confusion, then their pupils dilate unevenly. Within minutes, pressure on the brain causes unconsciousness. Without medical intervention, death follows. This is why every combat sport bans strikes to the temple. Not because it hurts, because it kills silently. Weak point 4 is the mandible, the jawbone, specifically the angle where the jaw meets the skull at the temporomandibular joint. This joint is not built for impact. It is built for rotation, opening and closing your mouth. A forehead strike to the side of the jaw from a slightly upward angle drives the mandible into the temporomandibular joint. With rotational force, the joint cannot absorb. The disc inside the joint dislocates. The ligaments tear. The jaw locks open or closed. But the real damage is neurological. The trigeminal nerve runs directly through this joint, and the impact sends a shock wave into the nerve that causes temporary motor dysfunction across the entire face. Weak point 3 is the zygomatic arch, your cheekbone. It is a thin bridge of bone that connects your cheek to your skull. It looks solid. It is not. A forehead strike from the side snaps the zygomatic arch like a dry twig. The bone fractures inward, toward the orbit of the eye. The eye socket collapses. The eye itself is pushed forward or backward, causing immediate vision distortion or blindness in that eye. But the real fight ender is the infraorbital nerve, which runs through a canal in the zygomatic bone. When the bone fractures, the nerve is compressed, stretched, or severed. The result is instant numbness across the cheek, nose, and upper lip. The attacker loses all sensory feedback from that side of their face. They cannot judge distance, cannot protect that side, and the psychological shock of losing half their face sensation causes many people to freeze or retreat. Weak point 2 is the frontal bone, specifically the supraorbital ridge, the bony ridge directly above your eye socket. This seems counterintuitive. The frontal bone is one of the thickest bones in the skull, but the supraorbital ridge has a built-in vulnerability. The supraorbital nerve and artery exit the skull through a small hole, the supraorbital foramen, directly in this ridge. When a forehead strikes this ridge from above with downward force, the nerve is compressed against the bone. The result is immediate, blinding pain across the forehead and scalp. The artery ruptures, causing blood to pour into the eye and blind the attacker. But the real mechanism is neurological. The supraorbital nerve is a branch of the trigeminal nerve, and its compression triggers a trigeminal autonomic reflex. The parasympathetic system floods the eye with tears and mucus. The attacker cannot see, cannot breathe through their nose, and the disorientation is so severe that many people drop without a second strike. This is why a well-placed strike to the forehead above the eye ends fights even though the bone itself is thick. You are not breaking the bone, you are exploiting the hole in it. Weak point 1 is the occipital bone at the base of the skull, the most dangerous weak point, and the reason headbutts are banned in every combat sport on earth. Thick at the back, paper thin at the base where it meets the foramen magnum, where your spinal cord enters your skull. When a forehead drives an attacker's head backward, the base of their skull strikes whatever is behind them, a wall, the ground, your shoulder. The brain slams forward into the frontal bone, then rebounds backward into the occipital bone, a coup contra coup injury. The brain bleeds on both sides. The brainstem is compressed. Breathing stops, heart rate fails. The attacker loses consciousness instantly, not from pain, from their brain no longer regulating life itself. This is why a headbutt ends the fight in one exchange. The skull did not fail, the brain inside it did. Bone science matters more than muscle, and that is why understanding your own skull could save your life.